Hey, this is a quick video training on how to generate a cookbook. And I want to show you the AI generated cookbook workflow that we're using. I'm your host, Damon Nelson, along with my partner, Wayne Atkinson. We have a product called AIMasher, and we are doing book mashes with this. And we're using tools like Zimmwriter to do a lot of the AI writing for us. So we're going to go into Book Masher, and we're going to go into the Cookbook Maker. And we're going to build a cookbook. So you would just start here with add. But before we do it, let me just show you the workflow itself. We're going to start with a cooking theme. It could be anything that you can imagine. I'm going to do some cooking theme with a one pan and maybe a Southern style or a Texas flavor one pan cooking book idea. We're going to take that cookbook idea and we're going to generate some recipe titles that are AI recipe titles. We're going to take those titles, we're going to import it into the Zimmwriter, into the new text discombobulator. I'll show you how easy it is. We're going to use a custom prompt with it, which we provide inside of AIMasher. And then we're going to create recipes with it. We're going to take all those recipes that are created in a CSV file and we're going to import it back into AIMasher into the cookbook importer. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to add food photos generated from your recipe titles. And we're going to put one at the top and at the bottom of each recipe. Then we're going to format it correctly for Amazon Kindle. And then you'll be able to adjust any grammar, spelling, anything that you would like to change. We have a full TML AI editor built into AIMasher just for these cookbooks. You'll do all your editing here, and then you'll be able to one-click export it into a docx format. And that's what Kindle will expect coming in when you're doing Amazon self-publishing. Okay? You can take it into Word, you can take it into Google Docs, and do any additional edits that you would like to do, and then you post it into Amazon Kindle under the self-publishing. All you need is a book cover for your new cookbook, and you're ready to go. You can have a cookbook printed and published every day of the week. Let me show you how it's done. I'm going to pull down here, and this is the AIMasher. I'll start here at the dashboard, but before that, we're going to go into ChatGPT. We're going to use GPT-4. We'll paste that in there. Cookbook title idea around one pan cooking with a brief statement. I like this one, Solo Skillet One Pan Recipes for the Solo Chef. I know are popular right now is cookbooks for cooking for one or two people. So I'm combining it with easy recipes, one pan cooking. Come over here. We're going to go into Book Masher, Cookbook Maker. I'm going to click the name, Solo Skillet One Pan Recipes for the Solo Chef. And let's just put that as the food genre right here. And let's go back into chat is tailored for individual cooking. And I'm going to put this into the prompt. And for convenience sake, I'm only going to do 3 recipes per genre. And I'm going to make it active. And I'm going to hit update. Okay, the recipes are ready. And I'm going to go back into there. And let's just take a look at, these are your chapter headings. One pan recipes for the solo chef: desserts, appetizers, main dishes, side dishes, gluten-free food, children's food, vegetarian food, and non-alcoholic drinks. Whenever you're publishing your book, if you don't want a chapter, you just simply delete it. We're going to preview all. This is how it's breaking down. There's 3 recipes in each of these chapters. You can do up to 30 recipes per chapter. And if you need more than that, you just run it twice. I'm going to export this to text. It's going to create a text file. It's going to call it Solo Skillet One Pan Recipes. I'm going to open with Notepad, and there you see it. So I'm going to copy all this. Now it gets really fast. We're going to copy it. We're going to go over to Zimmwriter, and I have a custom prompt in here already. And if you don't, you can copy it from our Zimmwriter custom prompt file. I'll leave that here with the video. And I'm going to go into AI Vault, into the text discombobulator, and now I'm going to paste everything in my clipboard. So I have the chapters and I have the recipe titles. Now, Matt just added this feature where it will pass this all the way through the CSV without doing anything with it. It's just a chapter title when it gets imported back in. I'm going to use my foodie prompt, which is called Cookbook Recipe Maker. You don't want to put anything here on prompt 2. You don't need to enable prompt stacking because we're not going to use prompt 2. And if you want a different language, this is where you would put it in. And job name, I'm going to give it the job name of One Pan Recipes for the Solo Chef. And I'm going to put something at the end, 3 per. So I know that there's 3 recipes per this. Now, you can use either GPT model in here. We're going to use this one. And now I'm going to create. This will probably take a total of about 20 minutes to create this. And it's going to create it in a CSV file. When we get the CSV file, we're going to import it back into our cookbook maker into a little button called Cookbook Importer. So I'm going to pause the video as it cooks. Okay, the CSV has been done, and you'll get this screen, and you could actually run another prompt if you wanted to. Just as a quick idea for you, we have a Facebook promo cookbook. It gives you some great promotions that you can do with these recipes. So you could actually change over and run that, give it a different name to save it. That's just some ideas about how you can promote it. I'm going to close out Zimmwriter. I'm going to go into the AIMasher, Cookbook Maker, and this is the cookbook we're working on, Solo Skillet. So I'll click on the number to edit. Then I'm going to come down here to the very bottom to Cookbook Import. I'm going to click on that. Come up here. I'm going to use the AI image prompts, the credits that we have available, and I'm going to save them. I think I have one for cookbooks in here, AI cooking. So all my AI photos get saved into this one folder. I'm going to use the AIMasher graphic engine, and we're going to choose a model. We have made a model that is patterned after professional food photographs. So it's called the Cookbook model. And now I'm going to select the file. It's in my Zimmwriter output. One Pan Recipes. It's a CSV file. I hit open and then import. Okay, so here's the original import. We can go over to Cookbook, and remember we had those chapter titles, so we've got you books built on these chapters. Okay, and it is all ready to go. I don't need to do anything else except for wait. It's cooking right now, and I'll just go ahead and hit finish. Okay, so you're going to get this notice right here, images cooking. When it's done, it's going to say Cookbook Complete. So it's preparing 2 images per recipe, and it's reformatting the structure so that it will fit perfectly on DocX, and it's putting in some page inserts and putting it into the HTML editor if you want to edit it. So I'm going to pause the video as we let this cook. And based on the number of other people using the Cookbook image maker, it may take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how many recipes you have and how busy we are cooking recipes for you. Okay, the cookbook is made inside of AIMasher. I'm going to go into the cookbook, and I'll come down here to Cookbook Import. Now we have 2 ways of getting it into either Microsoft Word or Google Docs. And I'm going to click on the Cookbook tab here. So we've got all these ready to go. And I'm just going to go into dessert so you can see what it looks like. We have a chapter title, and then we have the first recipe with an image, ingredient. These are allergens that are being highlighted in bold, preparation instructions, expert, serving suggestions, and it notes the allergens and nutrition facts. And then a final image here. Okay. Then we have a line divider. So all this is from that custom prompt that you're using inside Zimmwriter, and we prepare it for upload into Amazon Publishing. Okay. Once that's done, you can still come in and edit in these chapters. So if you wanted to change this around, I'm using Grammarly. That's probably not a better, more giant bowl and a larger mixing bowl. Okay. I tune up the recipe inside of the AI editor. And you can use the AI function up here with the AI tools. For instance, if you want to improve this sentence here or make it shorter, you highlight it, improve it, and it's using your default OpenAI that you've set up in your settings. That's okay. And then I will go through the rest of this. Once you're done, you're going to hit update and then close. Now, I did this with 3 recipes per chapter, and we've got 8 chapters. If you don't want any of these chapters, then whenever you go over to Word or Google Doc, you can easily delete them. So we have 2 different formats. You can view the entire cookbook in one place, but you can't edit it at this point when it goes in. This is just a summary view, so you can see it in HTML, rich text format. And then you could just simply do Control A to select everything and then Control C. And that will copy it. And then you can place it into a Google Doc or Microsoft Word. So I'm just going to go into Google Docs, create a blank, and then hit Control V to paste, or Command V if you're using a Mac. When you paste it over, it takes a little time to bring over all the images through HTML. Google Doc formats it properly for you, but if you do export to Word, it's going to export a file for you. It takes a few minutes, and then you'll see this, download exported file, and you can click here, and it will download a zip file that has that docx in there. With the docx, then you can just simply import it into your Microsoft Word, or you can import it into Google Docs. And I would start with Google Docs, and I like doing the HTML method because it comes across with the images already sized correctly. So go back up to the top. Now, here's one thing that you're going to need to do. You will need to put some page breaks in between these chapters. I'm just going to hit Control Page and go to each section here, hit Control Enter, puts it on a separate page, Control Enter. This is only if you're doing the HTML method. If you're doing the docx, we can export page breaks in there. So this looks pretty good. I'll pause the video and I'll go through the rest of them. I'm going to give it a name in my Google Drive, and then I'm going to export this Google Doc. So I'll do download as a Microsoft Word docx. Now you're almost ready to go into Kindle. I'm going to give you a little trick though. You can edit and do everything you want, save it as a docx and go straight into Amazon Kindle, the publisher, but I wouldn't do that. And the reason is the images don't get formatted correctly sometimes coming in from a docx. They're going to put them over in the native size, and it distorts the images. So I use a program called Kindle Create, and it's actually by Amazon. It's free. Just download Kindle Create, and I'll show you how it's done. I'm going to close that docx out, create new, and I want it reflowable. I don't want comics. It's not going to be a print replica. It's going to be reflowable, meaning it's going to go onto Amazon Kindle products. Down here is where you could set it up for digital publication. This is how you're going to do it for your paperback or hardback. Okay, but I'm going to do reflow because I want them inside of Kindle in a reflowable format. And you'll see in a second what it looks like. Here is the name. I'll just go ahead and put my name in there. Now, this is where if you want to use a pen name, you want to use a spouse, your own name, or a minion, maybe you have some minions, this is where you would put the author name, publisher. And I'm just going to put on here is Vid Penguin Productions. You don't have to put a publisher in there, but I always like to put one in there because it's a secondary link to your systems. Now, I just downloaded it, so it should be One Pan Recipes. Now, it's set up, ready to go. I'm going to resize this window here. Okay, so it came in, and this is the body text. This is the front matter. This is where you're going to have your dedication, your title page, your copyright information, your table of contents. And then the bottom section is like an appendix about the author. This is where you would put in other books, maybe even links to your websites, or for additional information, you could put link trees in there. This is where you're building your backlinks, okay? Your front matter is going to be to help the reader. You'll see a block that come up. Occasionally you'll see your titles. Kindle Create doesn't do a great job with H1, so I'm just going to accept selected. This is the title page. So I'm going to come over, I'm going to highlight it. It's ready to go, and do chapter title. It converts it into the theme for the chapter titles. Come down here, do chapter title. Come down here, do chapter title. Now I'm defining what my chapter titles are, and you could put sub chapters in there if you want, but I'm going to just keep on going down here and finish this off. Chapter title, and one more for drinks. While you're on here, you could just start editing and put in images, anything that you want on here, but I'm going to use these as just chapter titles. Now you can kind of see it looks really nice coming in here. This is just a basic preview. I'm going to come up here. There's a couple things that I need in the front matter. I need a title page. Let's put the book title in there. And then you put your book subtitle, author name, publisher. If you have a logo, you might want to put it right in here. I'm going to go ahead and create page. This is the title of the book. This is what's seen in the reader. Okay. Let's figure out what else we're going to put up here. We're going to put a copyright owner, 2024, all rights reserved, create the page. There you go. And let's create. Now this ISBN number, that is not the correct number. You would have to come in and change these numbers, and you just hit edit page and you can change your numbers in there. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and take those off because I don't have an ISBN number. Cover designer, you can put your own name in here. I'll put my name, and I'll go ahead and take that part off as well. Okay, that looks good. Now, one other thing, you're always going to need a table of contents. Now, as you add, it's automatically going to add to your table of contents. Now, remember, this is for Kindle, so there's going to be no page numbers. These are clickable links. I always try to put a preface in there if I'm doing cookbooks, and it's something about and facts are estimated by cooking software, and something like we do our best take on the recipes. Preface is going to be used for identifying things in the book that you want the reader to be aware of. Okay. Once you're done, you can put page title. You can do everything over here. Here's some standard elements that you can use. You can use opening quotes and block quotes and everything in it. This is a basic editor, so don't think of it as Word with a lot of different features. I've got my preface, and you might want to put a dedication in here, an introduction, maybe a forward. This is all up to you. The one thing you do need, you need a title, copyright, and table of contents. Now, come down here to the bottom. You're going to need about the author. This is to help the reader understand who you are, what your bio is. Put an author's image, and I've got a bio I would put in here. So sample at this time. Okay. And then put your image, and then you create the page. Other things that you definitely want to include, books in the series. If you're doing a cookbook series, you would put the different books in the series and number them. Okay. What else? An acknowledgement. I put in an AI acknowledgement that these are made primarily by AI. And I also put in here books by this author. So if you have other books outside of the series books, this is where it would go. Okay. And if you want standard pages back here, you can put, blank pages or anything that you want in here. Once you're done, hit save again. Now, it doesn't automatically save, so just make sure that you save periodically. Now, let's go in and look at the preview. I'm going to go all the way up to the top about the author. Let's go up here to table of contents, title page. Here we go. I'm looking at it with the Bookerly font in a phone. If I want to do the Kindle e-reader, look at it on a tablet. Let's look at it on a tablet. And we're just going to go through here. Copyright page, contents. This looks great. where you're editing all the words, the images, anything that you want to do, you need to do it in either AIMasher's HTML editor or inside of Word or Google Doc, whichever is your editor. Okay. You can see this. I'm just scrolling. I'm just pulling the roller down. This is really nice. Once you're done, close your preview. You are ready to export this. You've got it saved. You got export to a KPF and then export and give it a name. This is the one pan 3 recipe and export. Show file, and you're ready to bring that one pan recipe over into your Kindle publishing platform. Okay. I've got some additional training I'll show later on about the Kindle publishing, the marketing. It may just be a short course that we do, but this is the basics. This is how you get it ready to go into Kindle. We started with an idea, a one-pan idea. We generated our recipe titles inside AIMasher. We saved it as a text file, copied the content of the text file into Zimmwriter to create the recipes. Then once we had the recipes in a CSV, we imported them into the Cookbook importer. We adjusted images, we adjusted wording, and anything that we wanted to do inside of here, and then we pushed it out through a docx so that we could pick it up inside of Microsoft Word or Google Docs for the final draft edits. Okay, then once we're done, we saved it and we put it into Kindle Create. We made it ready for self-publishing. And then you just simply go into your Amazon KDP and publish it. Very easy to do inside of that. It doesn't cost you anything to publish these. That's the end of this training. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on another training.